Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 10th episode of the 3rd season of Non Non Biyori, Non-Stop. Now, last episode, we had a lot of Komari, like she was pretty important in pretty much every scene, right? She got to have that good old screen time that every character just wishes they had, and I think she made pretty good use of it. Now, this episode, not quite sure what we're gonna get, so let's dive on in and find out. 3, 2, 1, play. Starting off with Renge, it's always a good start. Very cool. Hotaru. so, so basically New Year's cards from various people. Yeah, don't kids in Japan get money on New Year's? I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. There's like a specific term for it. I know the word, I just can't remember it. But yeah, a tradition that's not in my country that I wish it was. It got cold and then hot. Then cold again. Yes, yes, that. Yeah, you don't want to act like this in front of Renge, I'm sure. I guess we're just recruiting Renge to the cause. At least attempting to. Yeah, Satoshi Dama. Luckily it's written right on the envelope. I mean, yeah, where else would a child spend their money? At least, you know, an Inaka child. Wow. Damn. Nice to see you too. I mean, she probably knew where that was going. I don't think that's it. Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, they're not super profitable. In no anime or visual novel I've experienced, this kind of establishment does not make a huge amount of money. You Renge. I'm sure you will. Okay, so we are gonna bring it out. uh, I mean, how do you feel about that one? Me too, please. I would like mine. Okay, she should get some as well. We're gonna learn a little bit about the art of subtlety. We'll see how this goes. It's because she wants money. That's not true. Yeah, she gets it. H and Y. I think I said that in a different anime. I want to say it was Yudu Camp. Good for you. Just like begging all the neighbors for money. Yeah, let's try to fix her. Yeah, they did go to school together, didn't they? Wow. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but it's something. I mean, that's fairly grown up. Oh, is that how it works? I was wondering where she was going with this. Yeah, on second thought, you know, I don't need it after all. Yeah, she set that up pretty well. Well... Gotta pay it forward. Easy come, easy go. It's probably for the best. Just raining that money on the titles card. Well, it'll be hot eventually. I mean, you clearly don't live in the age of video games. Army crawl. Even her shirt implies she should go outside and do activities, you know, like crawl. It sounded better in my head, never mind. Oh god. Well, yeah, I'm not going out there. It's actually pretty cold here, in where I live right now. So, I get it. It's not quite that cold, but... A little snow? That is not a little snow. I mean, you could if you're feeling really hardcore. Yeah, I've heard that before. Snowball fight? Make an igloo? I'm not familiar with that game. I was like red light, green light. That's a good point, actually. Maybe we should switch positions. I love the way she talks. I mean, yeah, that should heat you up, warm you up. Nothing like Tsukomi to get the blood pumping. Wow, what an ability. I think so. Yeah, that one was a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure. Okay. Only if you have a heater in there. Wow, what a coincidence. Direct. Yeah, we're doing this all the way. Are you an expert on this subject? It's a bad news. What? Too far away from a normal temperature? Was that what she means? That does sound pretty bad. Sure. You kind of lost me a while ago. So, I mean, it fits the theme that we had before, I guess. Probably not. I'm not sure that's true. She became the fish in the end. I mean, that makes sense. Shared room with fish would be a fish tank. I mean, I'm trying my best to follow this just insane events. It was a trick this whole time. Until someone buys me. Why not both? I don't even know what to say to what I just witnessed. What did I even just witness? Let's go back inside, guys. I don't know what happened, but I think we should just go back inside now. It's just that whole thing was still thinking about that scene. Just I think I lost brain cells watching that. Hello? Was she able to hear something that I couldn't? Oh, the friend. Are we gonna go play? Yes, Honoka, thank you. We have missed you. Really is. Candy shop. She's as busy as always. My friend. So do you still have any of that New Year's money? He seems pretty excited. Yeah, that's on her mind this time. Yeah, their last departure from each other, you know. I remember that. All of them. I'm glad someone said that. Because it was on my mind. Bye-bye. Going our separate ways now. It'll be a while till she's out of sight at that pace. Yeah, I bet. Gotta make the most of the time the Honoka's here. The scenery is always so pretty when you add snow to it. Hey, has somebody been busy making a snowman? It's a little snowman, but kitty, 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 kitty. Don't get lost, guys. I'm sure that was a fulfilling day. Yeah, she did say a day after tomorrow yesterday, so. She didn't stop. Like, I mean, the goodbye is gonna be sad, and that's probably very much on her mind. Yes. Oh, wow. Even got some packing. Never change. Kaede. I mean, that is kind of how it works. Kind of like with the New Year's money with Hikage. I'm waiting for my friend to see me off. He may or may not have candy with her, so it's important to wait. Oh, there she is. Oh, you worried me for a second. Oh, gonna give her the accessory? Even though she said it was her favorite. I mean, you just gave her all that candy. Put in her hair right away. I think it suits you well, Renge. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Now we each have one. Can I keep Honoka? I promise to take good care of her. At least, you know, we were actually able to say goodbye this time. Instead of going to the house and then being told that she's gone. But she leaves all the same. And that was the episode. It's still sad to see them separate again. Like, she was here for so little amount of time. And Honoka's just really great, so it'd be nice if she could stay longer, but life's just not fair. Yeah, that kotatsu would really come in handy in the snowy days. Bum, 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 bum. What did Kaede do? Is that a Renge flashback? I hope you are. I got drunk and remembered. That's an interesting title. Is Kaede the one that got drunk? I would imagine. I mean, a lot of characters in the show aren't have age to drink, so it narrows it down quite a bit. And then the rest is just credits. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that was the 10th episode of Non Non Biyori Non-Stop. And another really good episode, as expected, of this really good show. And yeah, the New Year's time is where we're at. And, you know, I do, in terms of anime, I do kind of associate New Year's with the New Year's money, Otoshidama. And we did get that in the episode. You know, we had Renge with all the New Year's cards and stuff, and then Hikage literally begging for some of that sweet New Year's money, right? Because that's, of course, that's the thing Hikage would do, you know. And she got it. I mean, yeah, she got it from you know, from her, the teacher character, whatever her name is, Kazuho. Yeah, she got it from her, and then went over to Kaeda's place and got some from her as well. And then we got some even from Konami, right? I think we managed to get some there too, even though Konami was still in high school, you know. Unlike Kaede, who was graduated, so was a full-fledged adult, you know. And this is what led to a pretty interesting scene, because Konami's sitting there like, you know, there's nothing wrong with getting New Year's money on New Year's. It's just how it works, you know, and you can't just like give it back. That'd be rude. You know, she's kind of like sowing the seeds for her next play. And her next play was point out the fact that she's given money, despite not being an adult, given to someone a couple years younger than her. So she says, "Hey, Hikage, you know, you think you think you could do the same, you know? Maybe perhaps the girl right over there." And just like that, money came and money went. So, you know, that was pretty funny. That was quite amusing. You know, Hikage got pretty excited at certain points, but then the money just sort of disappeared there. And then the next scene, we had some actual outside playing time in the snow, no less. The title says something about cold and hot, and I mean, blizzard, snow, it's pretty cold, makes sense. But the actual playing session itself is what was really, really weird. I mean, we've had a couple weird scenes in this season so far, like our, you know, deep discussion scene with the soccer balls with Renge. You know, that comes to mind. But this was something. At a certain point, I kind of like commentary became difficult to do because it was just so random, incoherent, nonsensical, whatever you want to call it, right? Like the hospital, fishmonger, like those two things kind of intersected in a weird way, but you know, it did kind of like weave together interestingly because, you know, because sometimes she was like talking about one half of these things, but then you can kind of imagine how it kind of ties into the other half, you know, like the whole shared room thing, like the fish tank, you know. She mentioned the shared room with fish, which, you know, I didn't think much of it at the moment, but later on when the fish tank was brought up, they kind of connected some dots. I don't know if I'm just reading too much into it or not, but, you know, yeah, that is pretty funny, pretty clever. Shared room with other fish would be a fish tank, and you'd be a fish. That was probably the best part of that for me. Honestly, the second best part of it was just Hikage's overall, you know, reaction to things, you know, like going full Tsukomi. Just a lot of, you know, how would you describe it? You know, Hikage, sometimes she has kind of a delinquent-ish way of speaking. I don't know how you would describe it, really. Like, rolling the R's and stuff, like, you know, I can't do an example of that. You're like, Omaira, like, I don't know. Like, she does that, you know, very rough kind of speaking sometimes. And I kind of like it when she does that. So we got a decent amount of that during that scene. And just the overall ridiculousness of the scene was pretty funny as well. And they're all doing this out here in the cold, and, you know, Kazuho is just watching it from the window. So that was just a pretty crazy scene. Just, you know, I feel like I gained a few insanity points from that. But then the next scene was great because Honoka actually came back, you know. I think she was from way back in season 1, I want to say. You know, she came over, Renge became good friends with her, and then she came over to play one day, and she was gone, you know. She was told that she only comes here, you know, spend time with the grandma for a bit, and then just leaves. And then we had that scene of her just standing there for a good while, eventually just crying. It destroyed me emotionally when I first saw that scene, I'll be honest. But this was, you know, much happier. I mean, we still had the sad goodbye, but I mean, at least we actually had a goodbye this time, rather than just getting the news from someone else that she was gone. We had a proper goodbye. You know, we exchanged candy for her important hair accessory and now we match. And, you know, she now has something really concrete to remember her by. And it was just a really, really nice, albeit a bit sad scene. And we got to do all our fun stuff in the snow. It just adds to the fun of everything. So that was the episode. I quite liked it. We had a lot of good stuff there, for sure. You know, some good Kaede stuff too. Like, Kaede has always been one of my favorite. Like, she is my favorite adult character in the show, like, hands down. You know, I remember, yeah, the Kaede stuff with the flashbacks when she first really bonded with Renge. Those flashbacks, you know, with baby Renge. Those are some of my favorite stuff with Kaede, for sure. One of some of my favorite scenes. So, that's really where I started to love Kaede as a character. She's just great. And I think that's all I really got to say on the episode. You know, I quite liked it. Had a lot of good stuff here and there throughout the course of the episode, and an interaction between Ringa, Natsumi, and Hikage in the snow that I will probably never forget for as long as I live. And anytime I see a fish tank, I'm going to remember that. So, yeah, look forward to next episode. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.